Good evening, I'm Taylor Cairns.
And I'm Elena Delfino.
Join Capitol News Service for special midterm election coverage where we'll be talking about the candidates for comptroller and governor. The first thing you're going to want to do is, after attaching the seat into the car, check the straps and make sure that the straps don't let the seat move too much side to side or separate from the back of the chair. Experts say it's not just important for you to understand social media, but to learn how to use it properly. As soon as the Orioles win, they're already putting them in the press and sending them to stores all across the nation. Now, the blue lights that students keep referring to are actually remote telephones that, when students press the emergency button on the phone, immediately call campus police. And I knew I couldn't leave. Think you can do the Maryland Dem? Yeah. Without getting a little attention myself. I think, yeah, it's a pretty good Maryland Dem.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
With just a couple days to Thanksgiving, the holiday filled with eating food, these students in STAMP were anything but thankful. Not only were the students not eating, but their show of force was intended to keep others from dining as well.
Here at STAMP, we're actually boycotting all of the restaurants in the STAMP Student Union.
All in an effort to raise attention to what many here believe was an act of injustice in Ferguson.
I feel like it was a slap to the face of America, and it was even a bigger slap to the black community.
Obiemi Oweya is the vice president of campus outreach for the African Student Progressive Action Committee. She says Marylanders need to act now to prevent a repeat of what happened in Missouri.
Who says that College Park can't be the next Ferguson?
It's our version of the American Horror Story.
Today's blackout event wasn't just to address the issues found in Ferguson, but to also address the issues found here at the University of Maryland.
Starting with the issue of the militarization of the police force, the M16s and other assault-style weapons.
And we feel that's completely unnecessary. It's an overzealous act.
The group also wanted University President Wallace Lowe to comment on Ferguson. And earlier today, Lowe did just that. In a statement to the university community, Lowe said that as a lawyer, I believe that our criminal justice system and law enforcement must be a representative of our communities. And I believe that at the end of the day, the law must prevail. But Lowe also commended the students for their activism aimed at advancing the discussion about race, saying that he proudly stands with them.
No peace! No justice! No peace! Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot!
In College Park, Taylor Cairns, CNS TV.
Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot! Stand up, fight back!
Sadness.
It makes me feel terrible.
Stand with Peggy!
We should support pregnant women.
And anger.
I think it's intolerable and ridiculous.
Support for Peggy Young was strong.
Stand with Peggy!
And vocal.
Peggy! Stand with Peggy!
I think what we're seeing right now is real solidarity of mothers across the nation.
Kiera Johnson is a single mother. She says she doesn't know what would happen if she was in Peggy's shoes.
It really scares me to think about the financial situation we would be in without my salary. It would really force us into poverty.
Something that mother of two, Paula Kyra, agrees with.
I would have had to make a decision between either having children or changing our life entirely.
Protesters are hoping that this rally won't just help Peggy and other mothers like her, but the decision made here at the Supreme Court will help all future expecting mothers.
That my daughter has exactly the same opportunities that my son will have.
Peggy Young and her team of attorneys agree.
But I don't want her or my older daughter to have to do the same things that I'm doing today.
In a written statement to Capitol News Service, UPS says two lower courts agreed with UPS that their decision was not discriminatory and in line with their policy. But UPS also says that since Young's termination, UPS has voluntarily changed their policies to become more accommodating for pregnant workers.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
I just want all the women out there to know that you have a voice and you need to use it.
In Washington, D.C., Taylor Cairns, CNS TV. Well, it sounds impossible, right? Well, I met up with Rob on his way through Baltimore to find out how he keeps himself healthy. And he keeps himself healthy even in the dirtiest of places.
My name is Rob Greenfield, and I am cycling across America, inspiring people to live happy, healthy, and free.
And he's come a long way.
Started in San Diego, and I've done about 3,500 miles to get here to Baltimore.
He's going solo.
I'm a pretty self-sufficient traveler. Everything that you see here is basically what I need, and all of my needs are met. So food, I get all of my food from grocery store dumpsters.
Wait, what was that?
I get all of my food from grocery store dumpsters.
Rob wants to prove
There's a perfectly good apple.
that America throws away too much good food.
And this is a perfectly good nectarine.
Wherever he goes around the country,
All right, I'm just gonna grab a few things for myself personally.
Rob encourages others to be food conscious.
I'm a big fan of apples.
He says he hopes grocery stores start to see how wastefully delicious they can be.
Yeah, there's just so much food in here, it's like, where do you even start?
Something I needed to see for myself.
Not as gross as expected.
And Rob isn't the only one finding treasure out of another person's trash.
The great news is that there's thousands of food recovery programs across the country.
Rob says dumpster dining is good for your wallet and your health.
Could never have to buy food again and eat probably a lot better than you're already eating.
Greenfield just finished his national journey earlier this week in New York City and took a flight back home to San Diego. So what I have here now is 2 apples, one of which was purchased in a store, the other was also found in a dumpster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my co-anchor, Elena, pick one to eat and I'll eat the other. Either one, your choice, green or red.
Green. I'm going with green.
Okay,
Green.
if green's what you want. Well, cheers. Well, that's Maryland Newsline for tonight.
You can find out more about the stories presented here by going to our website, cnsmaryland.org. I'm Elena Delfino, and thank you for the apple.
I'm Taylor Cairns. Don't forget to check out our CNS Facebook page as well. You can find us at Maryland Capital News Service. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow. By the way, mine was the one from the dumpster.